Good morning, everyone. Bill and Kari with KV Treks.
Good morning.
We're at Hon. What's going on?
We are on the Disney Wonder, and we have just arrived at our first port station for this trip. We are in Skagway, Alaska.
What are we doing today?
We've got a whole bunch of things. We've got like an 8.5-hour tour planned. We're going to do a bus ride. We're going to see the world's smallest desert. We're going to go play with some puppies, and then we're going to take a train ride.
And maybe a nap. We're up on deck 10 forward, looking at Skagway. It's like a cute little old fishing village. Basically a tourist place now. There's the train. Joining us in port today is a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. What do you think? We should go get some breakfast before?
Breakfast.
We're going to go to Cabanas?
Cabanas, yeah, just because, you know, we're kind of on a time limit today. I know there won't be churro waffles. I am still on the hunt for churro waffles.
We're going to have to make sure to wash our hands before we go in Cabanas. Look what Kari found.
I found the elusive churro waffles.
So what makes these so special?
They're churro waffles. I've never had them, I don't know.
Kari's gonna grab some hot chocolate before we go meet for our excursion. Inquiring Minds.
Inquiring minds.
All right, inquiring minds need to know, how was the Mickey churro waffle?
Oh wow, those were really good. It basically was just a churro in waffle form. I thought maybe this was my first time having one, but I've been hearing people talk about them for a while. I thought it was maybe just like cinnamon and sugar on top of the waffle, but no, like it's actually in the batter. Like it is, you know, like it is a churro in the shape of a Mickey waffle. It was divine.
There's a slight rain happening right now, which that happens in Alaska. And here's a block of ice from yesterday. It's like half the size it was when we found it. As we're going to get off the ship, they got metal detectors for when we come back on. And now we're going to go check in for excursion in the D lounge. Ready to go, hon?
Ready to go.
We are now going to follow the paddle of power. And we're being escorted off the ship for our excursion. They scanned our room key when we're getting off the ship. Now we're on the gangway. Cute little port. We're also sharing it with a Princess Cruise. We're sharing port with Princess Cruise today. Land!
Yep.
Land.
First time we've hit land in a few days.
Gonna get up close with the side of the ship here. And the logo for the Disney Wonder. Looks like we got a pretty prime parking spot here.
Yes, we did.
Right up close to everything. One thing we did for our excursion today is we are dressed in layers.
Yes,
How many
dressed
layers?
like an onion again.
How many layers you got on, hon?
Well, I actually only have 2. I think you're in more layers than I am.
Yeah, I got a sweatshirt, a jacket, and then I'm gonna have my rain jacket, so I got at least 3. Well, 4 if you include my shirt. Beautiful. It looks like we're kind of in the middle of a valley here. Got mountains on both sides of us. Doesn't seem like the mountains are too far apart from each other. Looks like we could take a shuttle to downtown. We're gonna get on a passenger bus, it looks like. You can see downtown kind of distance. I think the captain, was the captain or the cruise director said what, 3 blocks?
3 blocks.
3 blocks of fun, I think is how he
Yes.
put it. We're gonna drive down Broadway Street, the main street here.
Red, oranges.
Looks really cute.
As we go down here, I'm going to point out the Red Onion Saloon is over here it was pulled here from the red light district with 1 horse pulling it over logs. They put it in there and put it in there backwards.
See the red lights on the upper window.
Oh, I see the Arctic Brotherhood building over there on the left has about 9,000 pieces of driftwood. You know, I haven't counted that, but that's what they tell me. So you can go in there.
We're driving through the mostly residential area of the town. Going across the Skagway River.
But down through this valley there is something called the Denver Glacier. Your train will go by the Denver Glacier or the pathway to go to the Denver Glacier. The Denver Glacier is part of the Juneau Ice Field. Juneau Ice Field stretches about 90 miles all the way down to Juneau.
I'm gonna make a quick stop for about 10 minutes. Check out the view over here. Oh, check out the waterfall. You can hear it from here too. And then over here, this is the pipeline. We're right at the U.S.-Canadian border. Gonna make another stop. We call this Summit Lake. This is pretty.
These little lakes along here are shallow, not more than about 4 or 5 feet deep, and they do freeze solidly in the wintertime, so there are no fish living in these lakes because basically fish can't live in solid water.
Sun came out a little bit, so we're getting treated to
Bees love to make honey out of that.
brightness that's bringing.
Fireweed honey.
The mountain looks really cool. You can see where the line is for the sun and the clouds. I'm gonna make another stop along this lake. You can see the snow caps on the mountaintops. It's almost like a line up there. We're at a good time. Look at all these leaves changing colors. A lot of golds up here.
This is the smallest desert in the world. Carcross Desert. Over here.
Oh wow.
And I understand that a person on my coach one time said that can't be a desert. It's got too much moisture to have all those trees growing in it.
Alright, we're making a stop for lunch and some exploration. Got a little over an hour here. Oh, something smells good. We're gonna get some chow in a minute. So this is our lunch. We got a barbecue, quarter of a chicken, half of a potato, some slaw, a roll, and donuts. They say they make the donuts fresh daily. Leaving the lunch spot, we got a little menu here, so this is where we ate. And then the office is right there. It says City Hall on it, Telegraph office. And there's a museum, wildlife museum, gift shop, a cafe, and a dog cart ride and puppy petting farm. Hey, check it out. The mosquitoes are almost as big as the ones in Minnesota.
Well, yeah, but...
This is the wildlife museum. The gift shop, it looks like. They got like a petting zoo type thing. All right, some goats. Hi, goats. Hi, goats. Where did Kari go? Where could I find Kari? Look, honey. Puppies.
Oh, puppies.
Oh, look at them. All playful. Yep.
Oh.
Yep, I told you he wasn't going to share.
Oh, hi. Hi. Yeah, my finger isn't going to be as good as that bone. No.
Did you make a new friend, honey?
I did. He did the Morty. He rolled right onto his back. It was like rub my belly.
Gonna go to the wildlife and mounting museums. This is what Mounties are most known to look like. Gonna head to the wildlife gallery next, adjacent to the mounted police. Wow, I got some big ones in here. That looks like a polar bear. I think that might be another grizzly bear. That's a woolly mammoth and a moose. We got tickets for the sled dog experience. Oh, they're all excited to go. These dogs want to go to work.
Happy dogs now. They got their wish. They love to run. And for all the barking and excitement is about is I'm so excited to go. So these are Alaskan Huskies. A lot of people expect to see those Siberian Huskies that are in the Disney movies.
We are out of time, so we're gonna make our way back to the bus. Our next stop here is Emerald Lake. It's called that because it has this greenish color to it in the water, which is natural. I believe he said it was some sort of a shellfish or something that when it died, the shell had a chemical reaction with the water, and the high concentration of it made it green over time. Here's some more of that desert.
But I will make sure that
You can see all the sand there. Carcross International Airport. So we're stopping in the town of Carcross, and the population 450 is what he thinks that is, or our driver. And so what are we doing here?
We're going to explore, so we're going to go to the general store first.
And then do we catch a train here?
No, he's got to take us to the train station.
Okay, so we have about 25 minutes
Yes.
to explore this before we have to get to the bus to leave for the train. I know what Kari wants to do. What are we doing?
I'm getting a stamp in my passport, even though it's not an official stamp.
Yeah, you can get your passport stamped here. Gonna go into the general store next. Yeah, as Kari said, it smells like homemade waffle cones. This is cool. Kind of has that look to it still. So we got our passport stamps. These are the two stamps. Got a bear or a caribou, aka a reindeer. A nice little town here. Cool. There's the other portion of the town. Like a church down there. Got about 10 more minutes. Gonna go check out this area behind the Visitor Information Center. Got a couple little businesses. Here's the Welcome to Yukon sign on our trek. Let's break away.
So now we're gonna go on a hike.
Yep, let's hike.
We're gonna hike to British Columbia.
Honey, we made it. We made it to British Columbia.
We made it to British Columbia.
I don't know how we were able to make it from the Yukon to British Columbia. How did we make it? How did we survive?
I think we did okay.
However could we have done that? Oh, that was treacherous.
Let's get a photo.
We're coming up to the border crossing where we're going to get onto a train, which will take us back near the ship. We've got on the train. They have a little pamphlet for us that we can look through. So that's the Canadian. The building right here is the Canadian border crossing checkpoint. It looks like they got some homes over there for the people that work around here. Low cloud cover over the mountain. Alright, and we're taking off. Again, that's the Canadian crossing. Got these ponds and pools and lakes throughout. Went outside of the platform so I can get better views without having to shoot through the glass. See the engine coming around the curve there? We're kind of toward the back of the train. I think we only got 2 cars behind us. It's interesting, all these rocks on the train. Imagine trying to be one of the first settlers to cross this land with all these rocks. You can just see the way how the train just kind of goes with the flow of the land. You can see up ahead, that was a road going parallel with us. That might have been the road that we drove in on. Oh, there it is. What did he say? That's the White Pass?
Yeah.
And what is that?
It's an obelisk.
And what's there?
It's the border.
That's the official border between the U.S.
Yes.
and Canada. It's like a original trail that settlers went through. They had to carry like 1,000 pounds worth of gear and food to make it across the Yukon. Oh, geez, look at that pass. Supposedly that's Skagway Harbor, and that does kind of look like a cruise ship down there. Didn't bring my telephone lens out here. We've actually kind of crossed the other side, so the train went here, along there on the other side, and then we crossed over. So that was on the left side, now it's on our right side. So it kind of almost did like a big curve. Almost like a U-turn, really. So this is the pamphlet that they gave us?
Yep, the All Aboard magazine. So it's got just kind of some FAQs, history, maintenance shops, and then it's got some ads, of course, for things that are in Skagway. But kind of the cool thing is at the very back they have a map. But we picked up the train in Fraser. And so we're going from Fraser all the way back down to Skagway.
Okay.
And so passing through all of these landmarks along the way.
We're gonna come across one more bridge. You can see all the water flow. This water is gonna go all the way down to the ocean. So we're just gonna follow that to get back. You can actually tell the water's pretty low because I'm assuming when the snowmelt happens in the spring, the water would be up there to the bank and bring along all those trees with it. Just got off the train. We're trying to find our bus, but we also have the option, if we wanted to, we could just walk to the bus from here.
No, walk into town.
Walk into town.
Yeah.
And the town is another like 2 blocks from the,
Something like that, yeah.
from the cruise ship. All right, we got off our excursion. What was the name of it?
It was the Yukon Adventure, I believe is what it was.
Okay, so this was just a little snippet of our excursion. It was over 8 hours long, and so we're gonna have a lot longer, more detailed vlog. So check out the link above when that's available. So we just got dropped off next to the cruise ship from our excursion. And now we have roughly 3 hours until we have to be on the ship. 2 hours 45 minutes roughly, and we're gonna go check out downtown. Yeah, this town is cute, and when we were on the bus when we first drove through, he spoke a little bit about a couple of the places around here. One of the things that our driver mentioned was that this was used for plowing through snow. If you look at that, it's like a big auger for like a snow plow. Look, I mean, compared to the Kari side height there, that's huge. They don't run the train through the winter anymore, though.
So they don't have to worry about it.
So according to the bus driver, that Red Onion Saloon used to be the red light district, so to speak, of downtown.
It was a brothel.
It was a brothel. Now it's a restaurant. They do tours. And then that other place there that has thousands of pieces of driftwood for design. Maybe we'll be able to get to go in there later, but you can see how outside it's all over. There's a better look at it. Camp Skagway. What it says on the outside there. Kari just went into this one restaurant, t-shirts and such. Like a confection area in here, so it just smells great. Popcorn, free samples of candy corn, hon.
Oh, okay.
Caramel corn, I should say.
That's good.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Kari's going to fill a taffy box for her mom. Looks like it's $20 or $1 per ounce. $20 to fill the box. So cram as much in there as you can, hon. Got a lot of fun sounding flavors. Sizzling cinnamon, tutti frutti, butter rum, clove, spearmint, butter rum. Some of these side streets are interesting. There's the Skagway Brewing Company. And then you can see there's a clock up on the hillside there. I think our bus driver said that that was an advertisement. Clock doesn't actually work, but it's like a stopwatch or a pocket watch, I should say. And he says it's right twice a day. Kari's making her way into the Alaska Christmas store, which is closed. Sorry, honey. Hopefully we can find you an ornament someplace.
Hopefully.
Pop into another shop. A lot of cool stuff in these things. Just gotta walk across the street here quick. Cool shot through downtown. That smart bus there, what our driver said, it's like about $5 to get you around. The one building down the side street is a Radio Shack. So the thing is, we got back from our excursion like 5:15, but a lot of the shops close at either 6 or earlier, according to what we heard. Free Museum of Alaskan History is closed right now. That's something you can do if you just want to hang around town or your excursion comes back early enough. All right, here is that building made out of driftwood, or I shouldn't say it's made out of driftwood, but it's decorated with driftwood. But you can see all these individual pieces that have been carved or cut to make it look like that, and it's the Visitors Information Center. Interesting. This area, they have a statue dedicated for all the people that traveled out here, like during the Gold Rush area. One more spot, the Skagway Trading Post. They got a Bigfoot in the window. See them? For your press penny collectors, they got one in here. Looks like it's 51 cents. Bring your own penny. Gotta walk all the way back to the ship from downtown.
We're in Skagway, honey.
Skagway. I can't pronounce words. You know that. That's why I bring you along. It wasn't this hard for us to cross the Yukon to British Columbia.
Churro.
Something nice about this port is you can get really up close to see the bow of the ship. Great opportunity. We normally, or I should say a lot of times, maybe not normally, but a lot of times when we go into a docked port, they back in, so we see the back of the ship, not the front. What did you think of town here?
This was really fun. I mean, in the port excursion we did was fantastic. Loved every part of it, even though it was a very
Long one.
It was a long one, which unfortunately didn't give us as much time as I would have liked to explore the town, but we still saw a decent amount of stuff. And I mean, the excursion was just, it was amazing.
Home sweet home. This has been quite a day. Like,
It's been a long day. We're usually not, like, the ship itself usually isn't in port this long.
Yeah.
And even if it is, we're usually not in port this long.
well, typically our all aboard time seems to be more like 4:35 on average, I'd say.
Yeah.
And today it was 8.
Yep.
And in fact, it's still kind of early for that. We still have 2 hours until the actual on-board required time.
Right. Like, I mean, the ship is going to leave as we're sitting down to dinner.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we could have got dinner in town if we really wanted to.
Nope. Favor menu tonight.
Yep. Exactly. That building over there is a ferry terminal, and that's how people get out of the area. Up on deck 9, and it is very quiet down here. It is dinner time for the first dining rotation.
Yes.
And also there's no entertainment tonight because they had such a late thing. The entertainment is actually a movie. It's Inside Out 2.
Yeah, so Inside Out 2.
Yeah, there's just no one around. Let's see what it looks like on the family pool. Oh yeah, there's only like maybe 2 families out here. One for sure. Up at deck 9, gonna get some hot chocolate. Oh, baby, come on. Oh. Kari pointed out the machine's name is Curtis. Thank you, Curtis. It was very courteous of him. We got our hot chocolate, but Kari pointed out that there's no funnel vision playing right now. And why is that?
I remembered reading it has something to do with like the Alaska, like federal, you know, I think it has something to do with like the animals and where we're at. The wildlife. So we actually can't, Disney can't, well, any of the cruise lines can't do a movie until like they pull out of port.
Because like the sounds or lights could be disruptive.
Yeah.
Things like that. And that chunk of ice from 2 days ago is still here. And it's just pretty much a nub now. But still bigger than what you could fit in your glass for your drink. I'm up on deck 10, but I noticed this and might as well point this out while it's happening. Just so it's one of those things that you might not think about. Our bus driver said there's no hospital in town. There's like a clinic and it's got a couple of nurse practitioners, but if you like break your arm or something, they need to fly you to Seattle or Vancouver or something like that to an actual hospital so that you can have proper care. And so that's a ambulance plane. We're in Adura. Adura. Will always be wave bands to me for some reason. Anyway.
Yeah, of all the ships, this is the only one. They've changed a lot of the clubs, but yet you still refer to this on the Wonder as wave bands.
That's what it was when we got here. So.
Well, yeah, no, I know, but like they've changed other clubs, and those clubs you refer to by their new name.
I don't know how to pronounce Adura.
Okay.
But wave bands is my style, yo.
Okay.
Anyway, what's going on here?
It's 90s music trivia starting soon.
We're doomed.
No.
I'm doomed. Good thing you're on my team. I'm just gonna sit here and watch you perform.
That's fine. Ooh, limey.
Oh, what did we get, hon?
We just got the drink of the day.
What's the drink of the day?
It's called an Ooh La La.
You said it's kind of like a what?
It's kind of similar to a mojito, but it's more limey.
Mojito.
How is it?
I think it tastes very yummy.
Very yummy?
Yeah, very
Good.
refreshing.
We got the Kari's stamp of approval. There we go. Bring on the 90s music trivia for Kari. I'll just sit here going yes, dear.
Number 1, what is it?
Ice Ice Baby! Don't mind my spelling, I grew up in Vegas.
Sorry, how we doing 90s music
We
trivia?
lost.
We lost. But we did pretty good.
We got 35 out of 40.
Yeah. Winner got 38.
Yes.
Fresh out of 90s music trivia. And it looks like we just pulled out of port. And we're heading back to the sea. Oh, walking through the deck 3, there goes Cinderella. I think she just lost her shoe already. Oh, and there's Belle.
Hi there, excuse me.
Well, it's time for dinner at Triton's. Daisy Duck is here in her Alaskan outfit. We're in Triton's restaurant, which is named after Ariel, the Little Mermaid's father. Hello, my bride.
Hello.
Belle and Cinderella, we're out in the deck 3 here.
I didn't see Cinderella. I saw Belle and I saw Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy too.
Okay.
They folded the napkins to look like jackets, like tux jackets. After trivia, we went to Triton's for dinner.
Yes, we did. Triton's is my favorite menu. So we got a lot to eat on this evening. We each started with the lobster and shrimp, which is always really good. Just, I love the dill on it and
Yeah, it's
the
like a
little
marinated.
rosé. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 pieces of shrimp marinated, and then you got like this little piece of
Lobster.
Lobster, very good.
Yes.
What do you give it?
Oh, I'd give it a 5.
And then
we split the deep fried brie.
yeah,
Which that is also so good. It comes with this cranberry orange sauce or whatever. It's so good to dip the brie in.
Yeah.
I'd also give that a 5 out of 5.
it's kind of like a fancy cheese curd, deep fried cheese curds.
A very fancy cheese curd.
And then we also split the duck.
The duck confit. And Bill asked me if I wanted a bite of it, and I'm like, oh, heck no. And I was like, okay, I'll try a bite. And it actually was not bad. I thought it was, I
It had some
mean,
good flavor.
I don't know if it's something I would necessarily order again, but if he were to get it, I'd probably steal another bite or two.
Okay, where would you put that?
I'd say 4.
Yeah, I'd say strong 4.
Yeah. And then we both got the French onion soup, which I really enjoy. I mean, it's a standard French onion soup. There's not really, but still, if you like it, it's a good French onion soup.
Yeah, it doesn't have the overflow cheese thing like a lot of
No.
people like with French onion soup. Probably because it takes too long to eat if you did that.
Yeah.
Also, it's a mess to try to clean up. But anyway, it's good. I like it. It's at least a 4 for me.
I'd even give it a 4.5. I really like the flavor of it.
Yep. And then for our entrees.
Entrees, we both did the Chateaubriand, the steak. That is, I mean, again, I think it is probably my favorite steak that we get on the cruise. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It was cooked a perfect medium rare. It was really good.
Like fork tender almost. You can almost cut
Yeah.
it with a fork. Just stick with a knife. But still, you can almost cut it with a fork. And then we also split the
salmon, which I was not impressed. I don't know. Maybe it was because by the time I got to it, it had kind of cooled off.
Yeah, that could be.
The only flavor that was really coming across was fish.
Oh,
And I mean, I like salmon, but it was just very fishy, and I wasn't really getting any other flavors that were supposed to be with it, and the breading on top of it was just a little too much. So I'd probably do a 2.5 out
really?
of 5 for
Okay.
it. I really was not a fan.
I had the salmon right away, and I think it was more like a 4. I think the breading on top was a little heavy, but it was still. I thought it still had a good flavor for the fish, or for the salmon. And then for dessert.
For dessert, favorite dessert of the cruise, the Gran Marnier souffle is what I had. This gets a 6 out of 5 for me. I love it. I love the orange flavoring. Okay, I will say it is not as good as the souffles you get upstairs in Palo, but we don't have Palo dinner booked on this cruise, so yeah, Gran Marnier is going to be the best dessert of this cruise. I love it.
Okay. And I had the creme brulee, and I really like creme brulee. I would say that's at least a 4 on that one for me, maybe a 4.5. Very creamy custard on that. It got the sugary, crunchy top, almost like a candy top. I really like creme brulee, so I thought it was very good. But we're gonna call it.
We're gonna call it a night.
Yeah, we have an early call for our expedition.
Our excursion
tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have to
We're
get up
going
early
to be
for
in
that.
Juneau tomorrow.
Yep.
And we have a very early excursion.
Yeah. But we had a great day on our excursion.
Yes.
By the way, shout out to our bus driver, Richard. He did a great job.
He was a great narrator.
Yep.
Learned a lot.
Yes, he was very fun to try to get Richard. He was great. It was great. He's actually from Texas and comes up here for the summers to drive the bus and do the tour thing.
He's actually leaving this week now. This was his last week of cruising, and then he was gonna head back home for the winter.
Because cruising is very seasonal up here.
Yes.
They end before it gets cold. But anyway, please do us a favor and subscribe. About 90% of our viewers are not subscribers, to help the channel grow and help us reach our next goal of 2,000 subscribers. And what's the plan for tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're gonna be in Juneau. We're gonna do some whale watching. And we're going to do some crab eating.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're also going to see a glacier.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, it's going to be, again, we're going to have an early call tomorrow morning, so we're going to call it good for tonight. But we want to thank you for joining us. I'm Bill.
I'm Kari.
You watch KB Treks. Please do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Until then, good luck and have fun.
See ya.
As I understand it, very unusual. This has been many days I can do the shirt sleeve, but even so, a few days I've been able to wear short sleeve